tutorial, I will cover the process transfer a motion file into Unreal. Before I start, just make sure there is a PDF. You can read what kind of feature is available for Twinmotion to transfer into Unreal. Later, I will provide this link. Basically, just list all the features. There's one feature is not supported at this point is animated human. So keep in mind this is a limitation. That's the reason here in my Twinmotion file, I have removed all the animated people. I only put static people here, so these people are supported. And also I have this animated neon light for the material. So keep in mind neon light animation is actually not not a lighting, it's an animated emissive material, which can be supported later in Unreal. Besides this emissive material, I also have some lighting put it into this just for testing purpose. So here I have this point light, a spotlight, and this spotlight has some colors, has certain LED profile. Okay, so just put these two lights here for testing purpose. Then I save the file as my Twinmotion. Now back to Unreal, I'm able to add data smiths into Unreal. You have to install the plugin I showed in my last tutorial, Twinmotion plugin for Unreal. So once you have this data smiths file import, you should see a really long list of supporting files, including Rhino 3DM, digital twin, not digital, the Twinmotion file, as well as other standard CAD format. So here I will just simply read this Twinmotion file, which is a 10 megabits, not big at all. Click open. I will define the default folder to content. Click OK. I will bring geometry, material, lights into this new environment. It will give you a warning. I think I still have some animated humans in that file. So you see this warning said eyebrow, eyelashes. Probably this is some special material associated with human. But later we'll identify and clear that out. I'm not really concerned for now. Yeah, I think this is probably come from the static human. So now I have this new file. If I really take a look at my content browser, you have this sub D3. This is the Twinmotion data smith file. And this file is basically put it directly into your level. So here you can see the sub D3. If I unfold, this is every single objects there. I think Alex is the animated human. I forgot to delete this person. So he's there, but you are not able to see, unfortunately. So I will delete Alex from this thing. If you're really curious, where is Alex? You can actually see he's right here, right? This animated human, but we are not really able to put him into Unreal, at least not right now. It's a complicated animated skeletal mesh. All right, so back to Unreal. You should have everything ready now. You can see immediately this looks quite different from Twinmotion. In fact, the lighting is much better. It supports global illumination. You have a real reflections in this engine. So it's really nice. If I go in, you should be able to see the lighting associated, right? See the lighting is still there. This lighting is still there. However, you do need to make some minor adjustment because they kind of behave with a different lighting algorithm. So maybe let's fix this one by one. So first is about this animated neon light. If I really pay attention, there is animation. If I right click browse to asset, you can see here's the asset. I will save all for now. So everything will be embedded into this engine. now if I really look at this element 0, which is the neon light, double click, you can open this editor for the neon light. So it has all the features there. One thing I like to bouncing up a little bit is the luminance amount, maybe from 100 to, I don't know, 10,000. So it became really bright. So now you can sort of see a neon light. Okay, so this is one way to bouncing up. The same thing for the interior, the lighting. The lighting compared to the sunlight is not very significant, right? You can tell from the property panels, it has a value to control. I think one value control the angle right now is 80 degrees. You have the temperature control. I think you have the indirect lighting intensity, which is right now is 1. Also have overall intensity is 300. So if I want to make this one really bright up, I would add 100 times higher. So you see this lighting is more visible, right? Because whenever you have an artificial light compete with the skylight, you need to bouncing up those values. Okay, so same thing here. I'm trying to bouncing up this 100 times, or maybe 1,000 times. Right, so you can see the lighting show up. Again, you can just manipulate the lighting as other typical features. You can change the color, you can change the position. It looks pretty good. All right, I think this is all for the whole process of transfer file in. I do want to show you, let me save all first. You can continue update your Twinmotion file. So for example, I got rid of Alex. I will also maybe, I don't really like this neon light, so let's replace this with something more standard, maybe just a purple color solid material. Okay. Also, I maybe don't like the tree. I will delete the tree. So you only have these 2 trees right popping up there. So I save the file, right, and then I go back to Unreal. You don't need to redo everything. You only need to identify the sub-D datasmith thing file. You right-click, re-import. Okay, so basically this will reset everything based on the Twinmotion file. Now the tree disappeared. You have this new color show up. Okay, so that's a really robust pipeline. You can keep working on your original Twinmotion file. You can see the result immediately once you re-import. And also I want to just show you when you make these objects closer to each other, you can see this purple color is reflected to the white one because it's really calculating the bouncing of the lights across a different surface. This is really, really robust. Compared to the Twinmotion file, you see the lighting in Unreal is more realistic, in my opinion. All right, I think that's all about the whole process, how to connect these 2 programs together.